Hello everybody, welcome to my new YouTube channel. So I'm predominantly a paper crafter, however I do like to craft with glass and make products with glass. This channel is going to be about the journey of me learning to decorate glass bottles and other things with glass, predominantly glass bottles. Be good for you to come along on the journey with me and see how I get along, see what works, see what doesn't, so I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So with this bottle, it is going to be a Halloween bottle, and it's going to be with spiders. It was my husband asked me if I could make it for him for his Halloween. So here I am. I've prepared the bottle with isopropyl where I've cleaned it, and some lint-free cloths. It's the ones that you use to do your nails. I've spray painted it, just, you know, not every inch of it, just most of it with like a prime it type paint, spray paint in just white, and here I've got a black and white acrylic paint mixed to this lovely grey, and I'm dabbing it on with this sponge just to cover it all. I'll leave it overnight to dry thoroughly, and then I'll go ahead and do a second layer before I then go on to do the other decorations that I decide to do, which you'll also see in the video as we go through. I apologise if any of it goes off screen. I'm still kind of getting used to my my space where I'm recording, so that I know exactly where I need to be holding it. All trial and error, as we all know. I'm sure as YouTubers yourselves know that you've all had to start somewhere and get better over time. So here I'm just rolling up. This is actually the back layers of napkins. I'm rolling them up and using some Mod Podge on the back of them to shape them. Some are flat, some are rolled, to stick them, just to give the bottle a bit of interest before I put on the spiders, just so it's not a plain blank canvas. Turns out quite good, I think. So this is actually my first bottle that I've ever decorated, so any hints and tips any of you can leave down below that, you know, you think that I could pick up on. Like I say, you know, this is for people to also learn with me, to give some inspiration to people. So here you see I've done some different shaped and kind of stuck them in various ways just to shape them, just to give some interest. Like I say, it's just me rolling it up and using Mod Podge to kind of glue it together. I've sped through this one because I'm sure you don't really want to watch me doing every little detail, but I'm showing you this one just to show you roughly how I do it. So here you can see I'm just kind of roughly rolling it. It's not, you know, a scientific type way. It's literally just a rough rolling it together. And once I'm happy with roughly how it is, I'll then add some Mod Podge, which you can't quite see, it's off to the side, but that's fine, it's only Mod Podge. It's just the yellow labelled one, which is the matte, I believe. Yes, it's the matte water-based glue, sealer and finisher. And here I am kind of flattening it out just so it sits nice and flat to the bottle. And again, I'll be sticking that on with some Mod Podge. Becomes quite messy and get messy fingers, so when there's a brief pause I'm kind of rubbing my fingers together and getting the glue and the tissue off of them into the bin beside me. If you don't like messy crafts, doing this probably isn't for you. Or maybe you could use some gloves. You could probably do it with some gloves on, but you just have to be careful because it can rip quite easily, as I'm sure you know. Being napkin paper, it is very thin. And then I'm just going to do similar on the back of the bottle, again just to add some interest. All stuck down with Mod Podge, which seems to have held very well. Whether there's another glue out there that would do a better job, I don't know. I mean, I've seen lots of videos where Mod Podge is very good for this sort of thing. A lot of people use it on glass bottles. I'm not putting it in any specific way, I'm just putting it on the bottle as and where I kind of feel like it would make sense to put it for me. Again, just some interest. You don't see loads of this when the bottle's done, but that's fine. Just gives it a little bit of interest in the background, just so it's not a flat bottle. And then I'll leave this to dry overnight. Probably doesn't need that long, but I leave it to dry overnight just to be sure. I do actually have two other bottles on the go, so I'm doing them all at sort of different stages, and they will be in. I am doing those as filming those as well, so they will be up on my channel. At the moment I shall be putting one out a week, which will be on a Sunday hopefully, if all goes well. So this is the next day, and I've got that mixed, same acrylic and black mixed together for the same colour, and I'm just painting the whole bottle again, which covers up obviously the white paper and any glue, and fills it all in nicely. And again, once that's done, that will be left overnight to dry before I do the next steps. I know some people have said that acrylic on glass isn't very good, which is why I've used what I show you at the beginning of the video, the Colour It, which is a spray paint. It's for most surfaces, just to give it something to cling to. I've also done a couple where I've used Mod Podge first, because I have heard that Mod Podge on the glass before you paint it again helps to adhere the acrylic paint to the bottle. And I've also tried, I had some, when we were decorating our bedroom, we got some tester pots, so just wall paint, and again I've used the spray paint on the glass to begin with, but then I've also used just a white wall paint. It's a specially mixed one. It was from B&Q, Valspar. There are lots of other brands, and I just had it lying around, so I thought I'd give it a go. Like I say, this channel is about learning, and I'd like you all to come along on the journey with me. This is, you know, me from not doing it before. See my improvements, see what I find works, what doesn't, and hopefully, you know, it will help other people as they learn to do this. And, you know, maybe in the comments people can help other people if they get stuck, as well as me helping, or people even helping me, you know, in the comments. Here I am just doing the lid. So what I've done is I've got the finest grit sandpaper. I've just lightly sanded the lid just to give it something to cling to. I haven't pre-painted it or anything, and it seems to be holding very well. I've just put again the acrylic on it, and I believe, because I've done the slight bit of sandpaper in first just to give it a bit of a key, seems to have done the job. As the channel goes on, I'm sure I shall try other ways, means, and share them all with you. See what works, see what doesn't, see what I find best, see what I prefer. Again, I left the lid to dry overnight, and then I gave it a second coat. If anybody actually has any better ways of holding a lid, I'd be very grateful, because I tried to put a bit of temporary sort of glue tape on the inside and on the end of a pencil, and it didn't work. So I'm a little bit unsure as to, my brain's not with me, and I haven't thought of anything else. So if anybody can think of anything, again, happy for you to leave it in the comments. Us crafters all like to help each other out. So if anyone has any ideas, I'll be very grateful. If I find any others that work and I come across any, I shall also share them. So this is Pebeo Gilding Wax, which is basically a wax that people actually normally use on furniture, but it's also been brought into the crafting industry. These were just plain black, kind of like a rubber spider, and they had like little hairs and bits on their legs, and I thought I could just give it a little bit of interest by adding a bit of gilding wax. I'll show you one close up in a minute, and you'll be able to see it adds that little bit of interest rather than just a plain black spider. I decided my finger wasn't doing a very good job, so I thought I'd get a paintbrush and almost like dry brush it. Most of the gilding wax has come off on the paper underneath, and then I apply the little bit that's left. Try and just catch like the raised areas on the spiders rather than trying to put too much on. I just try and give it a little bit of a bit on the raised edges. I think it definitely gives it a bit of interest. Seems to stick very well. Here you can see I've come in close now. Some of them have got a little bit more gold on than others, you know, not every spider's the same. And these spiders I just got from, I believe it was Amazon. It was like a pack of 8 or 9 for something like £3, £4, something like that. My husband is crazy about Halloween. He's quite well known around our area for his Halloween displays. So he asked me if I could make him some bottles. So we found some keep going the wrong way with the camera to show you, and there you can see the plain black, so just that little bit of gold really does make a difference to them. And gilding wax comes in lots of different colours, so you know you could do it in other colours. I know there's silver, there's a few different shades of gold. I'm not sure what other colours there are, but I've only got the one shade of gold and the one shade of silver. Like I say, most of my crafting up until this point was on cardstock, making greetings cards, so it worked well for me just having the two colours really, you know, for the card making. I think I've gone back to one here because I wasn't quite happy with how much there was on the body, so I thought I'll add a little bit more. Sometimes more is more. Happier with that now, it's standing out a bit more. And then on those bits of tissue on the bottom, bottle, sorry, I'm again just adding a little bit of dry brush with the gold gilding wax, just to add a bit of interest again, just to kind of bring the two together, just bring out, you know, the definition of those bits. I'm doing it very rough, as you can see. It doesn't need to be neat, or you know, it's just a rough bit of interest really. As you can see, most of the gilding wax is actually coming off on the paper underneath before I apply it to the paper on the bottle. And there it is, all done. Again, this is all dried. I think I've done this in the morning, and this is sort of evening time. It didn't really need drying overnight because it's just gilding wax. Put some round the bottle lid just to, you know, bring it together with the bottle. So I've got my heat gun warming up to the side of me there. I'm going to attach the spiders with some hot glue. It dries almost instantly, and I think it would be the best thing for these. I could probably use you know, some tacky glue or something like that, but I think hot glue would be better. Whilst using the hot glue, some of them did actually come off the next day. When I got up in the morning, there was a couple of the spiders that had fallen off, but in the base of the spiders there's like a hollow part, so what I then decided to do was take them all off, and I built the glue up in the hollow part, let that set and dry for a few minutes, and then I just added some dollops of glue, some like little blobs of glue, and then restuck them, and it's been absolutely fine ever since. You can probably see it there, there's quite a hollow, so I was trying to glue it sort of around the edges, but I don't think there was enough glue on them. So like I say, I just filled that hollow part with some glue from the hot glue gun the next day, left it to set, and then put some more dollops, and then stuck it to the bottle. I have to say, thankfully, hubby was pleased with the bottle, which is a bonus. I was very pleased with how it came out, being my first project on the bottle, on a glass. So yeah, I mean, I've made some glass blocks where you can put the fairy lights and stuff in. I've made those for the last couple of Christmases, and just cut out some SVGs with my Cricut, and stuck those on, and just put some bows and things on them, which is a lot easier to do than, you know, sort of decorating up bottles. I'm going to be decoupaging some and doing different things on them, and you'll see over time as the videos come out the things I get up to using the bottles. So it's quite an exciting journey for me to be going on, and hopefully you'll all come along with me. I'd love for you to like, subscribe and share would be amazing. Leave any comments, any helpful hints, tips, what you thought of the bottle. Anything's muchly appreciated. If any of you yourselves are YouTubers, I'm sure you'll understand that it will all help to grow the channel, especially being a newbie. I've been a paper crafter for, I think I'm coming into my 4th year, 4th Christmas. I started just before Christmas, I think it was about 4 years ago. I've never crafted in my life. I started in my mid-40s. I've never been talented in any way, shape or form for crafting. It hasn't come naturally to me, but I'm absolutely loving it. Since ill health has taken its toll and I can't go out to full-time work anymore, it's done great for my mental health, and I'm just loving it. So it'd be good to have you along on my journey. I may well throw in some card makes as I go as well, and share some inspiration on making cards and things as we go further down the line with the channel. As you can see, the bottle's coming together nicely. Very chuffed with it. Very happy. A couple more spiders to add. That one on the side at the top there, that was one that fell off, and then there was one towards the bottom, on one of the front or the back, that came off as well. So I decided to just take them all off. Luckily they didn't sort of take off any of the paint or anything, so it worked out quite well. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my first ever video. Hopefully plenty more to come, and hopefully you will enjoy the journey as much as I do. Any likes and subscribes, shares, gratefully appreciated. As I say, it will help to grow my channel. Any hints and tips or any advice on the, that you can give, please feel free to leave them underneath. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.